Have you ever wondered what really happens inside your body when you eat 4 eggs every single day, especially after 60? Most people have no idea. And what you are about to learn may completely change the way you look at one of the most feared foods in America. Because for decades, older adults were told to be careful with eggs, avoid the yolk, and fear cholesterol like it was the enemy. But the truth is far more surprising than that. What if the very food so many people avoided is actually one of the simplest ways to support your energy, your muscles, your brain, your eyesight, and even the way your body ages? Today, I am going to show you step by step what 4 eggs a day may really be doing inside your body, and why the last few benefits are the ones almost nobody talks about. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may never look at eggs the same way again. And if you enjoy simple, practical health advice for aging well, be sure to subscribe to Eat Well Over 60. We make these videos to help you stay informed, stay strong, and take better care of your body as the years go by. Now let's take a closer look at what 4 eggs a day may really be doing inside your body. Before we get into the benefits, we need to deal with the biggest fear people still have about eggs. Will eating eggs every day raise your cholesterol? That question has scared people for years, especially older adults who were told again and again to avoid yolks, limit eggs, and protect their heart by cutting back on cholesterol in food. But the story is not nearly that simple. Your body makes most of its cholesterol on its own. Your liver is doing that work all the time. So for many people, cholesterol in food does not automatically translate into a dangerous cholesterol profile in the blood. In fact, when eggs are eaten as part of a balanced diet, many people do not see the kind of harmful change they were taught to expect. In some cases, HDL, often called the good cholesterol, may improve, and for some people, LDL particles may shift in a less harmful direction. That does not mean everyone responds the exact same way, but it does mean eggs have been misunderstood for a very long time. So if fear has kept you away from eggs, this may be one of the first big mindset shifts in this video. Now let's talk about protein, and let's make this simple. Your body does not just need protein, it needs protein it can use well. That is one reason eggs stand out. Eggs provide high-quality protein with all 9 essential amino acids. In other words, they come already packaged with the full set of building blocks your body needs for repair and maintenance. That matters more as you get older. After 60, many people begin to lose muscle more quickly. Recovery slows down. Strength is harder to maintain. Balance becomes more fragile. And once muscle starts slipping away, daily life often gets harder in quiet ways first. Standing up feels different. Carrying groceries feels heavier. Stairs feel longer. Recovery from even light activity can take more out of you. This is where eggs can be so helpful. The protein in eggs supports muscle repair. It supports tissue maintenance. It helps your body rebuild instead of simply wear down. And that is not just about exercise. That is about preserving strength for real life. Now here is where things get more interesting. Most people think of eggs as protein and stop there. But eggs are more than a protein food. They are also satisfying in a way that many breakfast foods are not. If breakfast is cereal, toast, pastries, or something heavily processed, the result is often the same. A quick rise in energy, then a crash, then hunger again not long after. Eggs tend to work differently. Because eggs contain both protein and fat, especially in the yolk, they are often more filling. They help many people feel satisfied longer. They can help reduce the urge to snack constantly, and they often make mornings feel steadier. That matters if your energy has been unstable. It matters if your appetite feels harder to control than it used to. And it matters if you are trying to manage your weight without feeling deprived all day. Many people notice that when they start the day with eggs instead of a highly processed breakfast, they feel fuller longer, think more clearly, and avoid that mid-morning crash. That is not magic. That is what happens when a meal keeps working instead of burning out quickly. Now let's talk about one of the most overlooked parts of the egg white. Egg whites are often treated like the boring part, but they are actually impressive. They are rich in protein, low in calories, and naturally designed to protect what is growing inside the egg. That is part of why egg whites contain protective compounds. They are not just filler, they serve a real biological purpose. And this is also where an old warning often shows up. You may have heard that raw egg whites can interfere with biotin. That concern comes from a protein in raw egg white called avidin, which can bind to biotin. But cooking changes that. So for people eating cooked eggs, this is generally not the issue many fear. And really, that is a good reminder for this whole topic. Eggs are one of those foods people have heard a lot about, but often without the full picture. Now let's move to something especially important after 40, after 50, and even more after 60. Muscle preservation. Eggs contain leucine, one of the key amino acids involved in muscle protein synthesis. In plain English, leucine helps signal your body that it is time to repair and build muscle. That is a big deal, because the older you get, the more important it becomes to give your body clear reasons to hold on to muscle. Muscle is not just about appearance. Muscle supports balance. Muscle supports metabolism. Muscle supports independence. The more strength you keep, the easier it is to stay active, mobile, and capable. And the opposite is also true. When muscle slips away, weakness shows up faster than many people expect. That is why eggs can be such a practical food for older adults. They are easy to prepare, easy to chew, easy to pair with other foods. And they provide meaningful support for muscle maintenance when combined with regular movement and strength-building activity. So if you walk daily, do resistance training, try to stay active, or simply want to keep your body from becoming weaker with age, eggs can be one of the smartest foods to keep in your routine. Now we get to one of the most powerful reasons eggs matter, and it is something many people never hear explained clearly. Eggs are a rich source of choline. They also contain vitamin B12 and folate. These nutrients matter deeply for your brain, your liver, and many of the maintenance processes your body runs every single day. Let's focus on choline for a moment. Choline is important for memory, nerve signaling, and liver function. It also helps your body build cell membranes and support healthy brain function. And many people do not get enough of it. That matters because one of the quiet struggles people face as they age is not just physical, it is mental. Brain fog, forgetfulness, lower focus, slower thinking, feeling like your mind is not as sharp as it used to be. That can be frightening. And while no food is a miracle, eggs provide nutrients that genuinely support the systems tied to memory, mental clarity, and healthy brain function. That is one reason so many people feel better when their diet improves in simple, consistent ways. Sometimes the body is not asking for a complicated solution. Sometimes it is asking for the raw materials it has been missing. and eggs are one of the most efficient ways to provide some of those materials. Now let's talk about your eyes, because hidden in the yolk are two compounds that matter a lot as you age: lutein and zeaxanthin. These are carotenoids that help support eye health. They are found in the retina, where they help protect the eyes from oxidative stress and light-related damage. That becomes more relevant with time. If you spend time on screens, drive at night, sit in bright sunlight, or simply worry about protecting your vision as you get older, this is one more reason eggs deserve more respect than they usually get. Eggs are not the only source of these nutrients, but they are a practical and absorbable one. And because these nutrients come packaged with fat in the yolk, your body is in a better position to absorb them. That is a major point people miss. The yolk is not the problem. The yolk is where much of the value lives. And that brings us to the brain again. Your brain depends on fats and nutrients that help maintain healthy cell membranes and communication between cells. Eggs provide phospholipids and other compounds that support this structure. That is why eggs make sense not only for body strength but also for mental sharpness. They support memory, they support concentration, they support the brain systems you rely on every day. So when people say eggs are good for the brain, that is not just a vague health claim. There is real nutritional logic behind it. Now let's talk about vitamins. Eggs contain vitamin A in a form your body can use. They contain vitamin D, they contain vitamin B12, they contain selenium. And depending on the egg and the hen's diet, they may also provide other valuable nutrients in meaningful amounts. This is what makes eggs so nutrient-dense. They are not flashy, they are not trendy, they are not expensive compared with many health foods people chase, but they are one of the most complete, practical, everyday foods you can buy. That matters in real life, especially for older adults who do not want a complicated plan. They want foods that are affordable, familiar, easy to prepare, and actually useful. Eggs check all of those boxes. So which eggs should you buy? Let's make that simple too. If pasture-raised eggs fit your budget, they are usually the best option. Hens generally have more space, more natural living conditions, and often a better overall diet. That can lead to a better nutrient profile. Cage-free can be a step up from caged, but it does not always mean what people imagine. It often still means crowded indoor conditions. Organic refers to feed, not necessarily living conditions. So organic matters, but it does not automatically mean the hens had outdoor access or more space. If you can get pasture-raised and organic together, that is a strong option. But here is the bigger truth. If premium eggs are too expensive, regular eggs are still a very good food. Do not let perfection stop you from making a better choice. A simple egg breakfast is still far better than many heavily processed breakfast foods loaded with refined flour, sugar, and low-quality oils. Now let's talk about how to make eggs even more powerful. Because eggs work well on their own, but they work even better with the right foods. Pair them with leafy greens like arugula or spinach. Pair them with tomatoes. Add onions. Add avocado. Use herbs. Add black pepper. Cook them with olive oil or a little butter. Why does that matter? Because health is not just about one food. It is about combinations. The fat in eggs can help your body absorb certain nutrients from vegetables more effectively. Tomatoes bring lycopene. Greens bring antioxidants and fiber. Onions bring flavor and helpful plant compounds. Avocado adds fiber and more healthy fat that turns a simple breakfast into something much more complete. And that is the real lesson here. Eggs are not powerful because they are perfect. Eggs are powerful because they are practical, nutrient-dense, satisfying, and easy to build around. So if your body tolerates eggs well, and your doctor has not told you otherwise for a specific medical reason, eating up to 4 eggs a day may be one of the simplest ways to support your muscles, your brain, your eyes, your energy, and your overall nutrition as you get older. Not because eggs are magic, but because they give your body a lot of what it needs in one simple, affordable package. And if this video helped you see eggs in a new way, please subscribe to Eat Well Over 60, like this video, and share it with someone who still feels confused about what foods are truly healthy after 60. Your support helps us keep bringing you simple, practical health information you can actually use every day. And now that you understand why eggs matter so much, the next question becomes just as important. What happens when you drink milk every day? Because when the right foods come together, the effects on your bones, your muscles, and your long-term health can be even more surprising. I'll see you in the next video.